1 cup of coffee. How much impact can 1 cup of coffee have? This is First Story Cafe, located on Serangoon North Avenue 1. First Story Cafe is a social enterprise with a number of its staff being persons with disabilities. By buying 1 cup of coffee with social enterprises like First Story Cafe, we support the hiring of people with disabilities. Hiring a person with disabilities not only grants them a sense of fulfillment and a way to provide for their families, it also frees up their own caretaker schedule and gives them more time for themselves, be it for work or rest. Hi, I'm Caleb, a representative from this year's SMU Social Science Practicum class. Through this project, we have worked with several social enterprises such as Forward Coffee, Bola Logistics, and Inclus to see how they are providing gainful employment for persons with disabilities, otherwise known as PWDs. Follow us as we share some of our insights from our investigation of the network of PWDs and their challenges with financial inclusion.
First of all, we will need to know what kind of people are included in the broad term of PWDs. While there are numerous ways and approaches, we decided to utilize two most important characteristics of a disability, which are its severity and the type of disability. As of now, there are three main paths that the PWDs can take after finishing their schooling. First will be a path that is often considered to be a normal day for those without disabilities, searching for jobs and eventually being employed. For the PWDs, however, while there are those who can complete in the open employment market, some have no choice but to choose sheltered employment, of which we will discuss more later in the video. Second is spending more time at the day activity center, which may include, but are not limited to, government and private community centers. Third is simply staying at home. While this path is often the most affordable, it also adds a considerable amount of strain on the caretakers of the PWDs. After analyzing the current list of potential futures for the PWDs, we believe that employment is the key enabler for their financial inclusion. In doing so, we have developed some insights focusing on the problems of stigma, sustainability, and scalability faced by PWDs when searching for job opportunities.
In the modern workplace, diversity and inclusion have become rallying points for progress. However, one fundamental barrier remains: the stigma that surrounds PWDs. One of the biggest problems is that employers and PWDs themselves underestimate their own potential. It is a common misperception that PWDs lack the working skills or ability to succeed in the workplace. However, the truth is, given the right platforms and systems, PWDs can be just as or even more effective than non-PWDs. While many companies have a desire to hire more PWDs, they often encounter numerous hurdles in their efforts. Meaningful change can only be achieved by the collective efforts of all parties involved. In our conversation with Inclus, an organization that specializes in providing gainful employment for PWDs, an increasing number of firms are interested in implementing inclusive recruitment practices. However, these companies often require intermediaries to help ease the transition by providing training for employees, supporting the PWDs, and creating inclusive infrastructure. However, some good news is that Inclus highlighted that once a company overcomes the initial barriers, they tend to hire more PWDs after realizing their potential.
Holding on to a job may not be an easy task for everyone, but the case is especially true for PWDs due to the emotional and physical fatigue they feel on the job. Line managers like Dawn at Forward Coffee play a crucial role in guiding the PWDs. In our digital age, the rapid pace of change of workplace technology challenges PWDs' adaptability. Sudden changes can be overwhelming for them, as their daily routine provides a sense of security and structure. During our site visit, we discovered a sustainable employment model that prioritizes the dignity and financial well-being of the PWDs, such that they receive fair treatment, equivalent key performance indicators, and salaries comparable to their non-PWD peers. This model includes intermediaries such as Inclus, who are crucial in supporting PWD during their workplace integration. Before engaging with these intermediaries, it is important to create an inclusive culture within the company, promoting respect and acceptance towards PWD colleagues. There is an increasing demand for such employment models, which highlights the need for expertise regarding integration of PWDs into workplaces. As shared by SG Enable, the high demand surpasses the available support, leading to long wait lists and PWDs remaining unemployed, impacting their well-being and adding strain onto their caregivers and families. One alternative model is sheltered employment, where the focus is on meaningful engagement for PWDs rather than high-functioning careers. Sheltered workshops aim to provide dignified work, equipping PWDs with essential skills for future employment opportunities. Despite their noble intentions, sheltered workshops have faced criticism for offering low pay for PWDs. Behind the scenes, these workshops incur high operational costs and serve as vital employment avenues for PWDs with more severe conditions. Understanding sheltered employment complexities empowers PWDs and offers valuable opportunities for those facing challenges.
Although social enterprises exist, implementing their practices on a larger scale are a big challenge. Finding effective employment for PWDs also involves understanding their individual cases thoroughly. As mentioned by Wei Jie, not everyone should do coffee, not everyone wants to drink coffee, and not everyone can do a line job. There is no one-size-fits-all system, and finding the right jobs for individual PWDs and managing them comes down to the skill, experience, and heart of the employers. Training effective managers for PWDs and implementing these solutions on a larger scale requires a lot of time and resources that many organizations may not have. However, as a member of the public, you can play a part to promote financial inclusion. By practicing conscious consumerism with social enterprises, you are supporting their values and the PWDs that they hire as well. Look out and support businesses with the B Corp certification, given to businesses that meet standards for social and environmental responsibility. You can also create awareness through sharing these insights and challenging any discriminatory attitudes you encounter in your interactions.
Embracing a more empathetic perspective enables us to recognize the unique abilities and talents of individuals with disabilities, fostering a more inclusive and supportive environment for everyone.
As a sociology student, I'm keen in understanding the role of institutions in protecting the welfare of PWDs and ideating innovative solutions to support PWDs through safety nets for PWDs and support for caregivers.
We should have the desire to be proactive and take initiative to seek more and better accessibility for communication as well. Now, let's make a world that is less disabling and more enabling.